Hello everyone, I am Sanjay Gupta. I welcome you on Sanjay Gupta Tech School. So today we are going to discuss about Apex Trigger and I will be doing some demonstrations around before update and after update events. Right, so this is day number 46 and I hope if you have gone through yesterday's recording, recording or live session, so you have practiced all the questions, those I mentioned there, right? So now we'll be discussing about before update and after update. Okay, so here if you have joined this session for the first time, so you can just go through with this slide and you can understand what I have done and what I'm doing for the community. So with this slide you will be able to know, and these are 7 virtual learning best practices. So basically you need to focus on these. So what I hope you are applying all these best practices while implementing the scenarios. So, like if you are attending sessions regularly, then only you will be able to understand the things. If by any chance if you miss any session, so you can just watch the recording, and if you have any doubt, so you can just ask that doubt in the comment section or Telegram group that I have created. Right, so I can see lots of people are utilizing Telegram group, and healthy conversations are going around and people are helping each other. So if you have not joined that Telegram group, so that Telegram link is available in the description of this video, so you can just go through. And like I always say, consistency is the key. So you just need to do regular practice. If you do regular practice, then only you will be able to become the expert. So today's session I will be first explaining how to implement particular scenario, and then I will do some Q and A's. So whatever question you will be asking, so I will try to answer those questions. Right, moving forward, so this week we will be completing week number 12. So total 3 months will be completed for this bootcamp. So that is good. And moving forward, so here you can see lots of social media platforms are available. Those you can follow if you want to receive timely notification and other details about other bootcamps, and important links are available in videos description, so you can always go and check. Okay, so with this, please share this channel link with everybody, because from 20 April we are going to start cybersecurity bootcamp, and maybe in couple of days I will be sharing those details with you. Okay, so today's topic is before update versus after update. So yesterday we discussed like how we can implement before insert and after insert. So I compared both the events. Now today we will be first implementing before update, and then I will show you how we can implement after update. Okay, so there is one scenario which is available related to before update. So in case of before update, what you need to do, you just need to identify whether the scenario that you are going to implement, it involves one object or more than one. If it involves one object, then you can just keep it in before update, because in that case you don't need to perform any DML operation, and before the record saved to the database you can do certain modifications. So in case of before update, you won't be applying DML operation. So here is a simple example which says if account phone is updated, then you need to put update message in the description, right? So you can say like phone is updated, or you can provide old value as well as new value, right? So now I'm going to implement this scenario in front of you so that you can understand how actually we can define before update and trigger, right? So jumping to developer console, and here you can see we have account trigger already implemented. So first of all, what I need to do in the first line, I need to write before update. So I need one event that is before update, so that's why I'm adding it in the first line. Now after that, what we can do, we just need to define if condition where I am writing trigger dot is update, then again if condition, right? So what will happen here, you can define whether it is before or after. Okay, so trigger dot is update and trigger dot is before. Now here we need to call the method. So this way I just created the block so that we can call a method in before update, right? Now moving to account trigger handler. So here yesterday I implemented 3 methods, right? So total 3 methods are implemented here. Now I'm going to implement one more method above. So here I'm writing public static void and update phone. Okay, so this method I am going to define. Now this method I need to call. So basically if we are working with update operation, so in case of update operation, there will be 2 different values for particular field on the record, right? So if I try to call update phone, so from here I need to pass trigger.new. So trigger.new and I'm passing trigger.old map. I'm passing trigger.old map. So if I take you here on the UI, and if I try to open our sales application, so under this sales application, we have this accounts tab, and here if I open any account record, if I go to details, so here you can see phone is right now blank. If I click on edit and provide some value, so let's say I'm filling one particular number of times, so this is my new phone number, right? It is test data. So there will be 2 different values. So initially phone was blank, that is one value. Then after modification you provided some other value, so that is new value. So the same record, the record which you are updating, it will be having 2 copies. The record which we are updating here, it will be having 2 copies, one with the old values and one with the new values. So there may be chances like you are updating particular fields, not all the fields. So the fields which you are updating, only those fields will be having old and new values. Rest other field will be having same values in both the copies, right? So I am repeating it again. So whenever you update the record, so there will be 2 different copies available for the records. So trigger.new will be having the new copy with the new updated values, and trigger.old map will be having the old values. So that's why I'm using trigger.new here. So trigger.new is basically a list, and trigger.old map is basically a map, right? So here instead of writing old map, we can write trigger.old as well. But trigger.old is a list, and we need map because we will be searching something in the map. So in list, we won't be able to search particular value, but in case of map, if we pass ID, so we will be able to search particular record in that map. So new will be containing the new copy, and old map will be containing the old copy of that same record. So the record which you are updating, that record is available with trigger.new, as well as that record is available with trigger.old map. And the field which you have updated, its new value will be available in trigger.new, and its old value will be available in trigger.old map, right? So I hope this way you are able to understand it. Now here what I need to write, first I need to create a list of account, ACS list, and then map of ID comma account, and here I'm writing ACC map, okay? Or I can write ACC old map. So it will be containing old values, and ACC list will be containing the new values. Now if I save this method, So right now I have not implemented any block of code. So I will be implementing that. Before that, I am just saving the trigger so that we can see whether it will be saved or not. Yeah, it is saved correctly. Now here I can implement the logic, right? So what I'm going to do, I will be iterating a loop on ACC list. So this ACC list is containing all the new records. One by one, they will be iterating and values will go to this ACC variable. Now, what we need to do, we need to check. So there may be chances you are updating a record and you are updating any other field other than phone. This may possible, right? So if you are updating any other field other than phone, in that case, this method should not run. In that case, this method should not run or should not do any operation for that particular record. And if phone field is updated, then only this method should work for that particular record. So here in this if condition, we need to check whether phone field is updated or not. So the new value of phone we can have through ACC list. So it is ACC. So we can write acc.phone and then not equals to. So here this acc.phone will provide you the new value of that phone field. Now we need to identify the old value of that phone field, right? So old value of that phone field is available in the old map, acc old map. So what I can write acc old map dot get, and we need to get acc.id. So I already told you same record will be available in this list and in this map, right? So through this acc variable, we are passing the ID into the map, and map will get the account record, whole account record associated with that ID. Okay, but we need phone field. So here after dot, I am just writing phone. So here what will happen? This acc.phone will give you the new value of that phone field, and this acc old map dot get, this get method will give you the old value of that phone field. So if both are not matching, if both are unequal, it means for particular record you have updated phone field. Okay, so now what we need to do, we already compared like new value and old values are different. So we need to update the description. And here I am writing phone is updated. Old value equals to, then plus, and here I can write this thing. Then again plus, new value equals to, and acc dot phone. So this way both old value and new value will be populated in the description field. Right, so this is our code that I have implemented here. So in case of update operation, you need to pass two parameters, one for new list and one for old map. And I hope you understood why we used old map, because through old map searching is fast. We don't need to write one more loop here for comparison. So if you want to resolve nested loop issue, so in that case you can just go through map. Right, so now I'm just saving this code, and if I go to the UI, so here I'm updating phone field. So you can see description is saying account is created, but if I update phone field, so you will see the result. So I just clicked on save. So description field will be updated. So here you can see phone is updated, old value equals to null, and new value equals to this sample value that I provided. Right, so this way our code is working fine, and I hope you understood the difference between this account list and old map. So the record which we are updating, its new copy will go to ACC list, and its old copy will go to this old map. And whenever you need ID and that particular record combination like key and value pair, so you use map. And if you use only list, so you will be getting the values and you cannot apply searching operation on that list. Okay, so let me take few questions. So Ravi, I think I already used map in form of old map. So it depends on the requirement. So if you are using update operation, so in that case you will be using old map. So Rituja, I think I am already explaining like when to use list, set and map. So in this example, we use list and map. So it depends on the requirement. So if you do practice, then only you will be able to understand this thing, because you cannot memorize like here we can use list, here we can use set. So it depends on the requirement. So just understand the concept of list, set and map. Then I think it will help you out. So you are asking for map. So map is basically key value pair. So I hope you missed the session where I explained about map. So just go through that, because I already explained that in detail. So if you go through that, you will be able to understand. So Kumar, you are asking, sir, we updated same value means. I didn't get your question. What you are want to ask? So Chandan, yes, ID will remain same in case of before update and after update, because we are working on the existing record. Okay, so today I can see very less questions are there. So I'm just moving ahead and going to implement next scenario. So next scenario is about before insert and update. So if you remember, yesterday I implemented this scenario like on account creation. If industry is not null and having value as media, so we need to populate rating as hot. So now I'm going to modify the same code for insert as well as update. So with this example, you will be able to understand like if requirement is same, so how we can use one method for insert and update. So with this example, you will understand how to use same method that is available in trigger handler. So how you can call that same method into before insert as well as before update, right? So now I am jumping here. So we already have this method implemented. So if you see at the bottom, we have this method. So I'm just cutting it and pasting it on top, right? So this is the method that I implemented yesterday. Right, so this is the method which I implemented yesterday. You can go through. So it is right now implemented for before insert. It is not for before update, but now the same method I will be updating, and it will work for before insert as well as before update. Okay, so here I need to pass one more parameter. So map of ID comma account ACC old map. So this way I just modified it. Now I will modify the code as well, but before that I am going here. So from here we need to pass trigger.new, and we don't have any old map. So second parameter will be null. Here insert we won't map. So I think connection broke. So I'm just repeating again. So if we call it here, populate rating. So we just need to pass two parameters. One is trigger.new that will be containing all the newly created records. And second parameter will be null because we won't be having old map. Now I'm just copying it and pasting it here. And from here we can pass trigger.old map. Right, so here we have two methods. And this populate rating we are calling in before insert as well as after insert. Sorry, before update. Before insert and before update. So this way, same method you can call at two places. Now, what we need to do here, we need to decide whether we we are having this record created as newly created record or like it is updated. If it is newly created, then we can check the condition, and if it is updated, so we need to check whether industry field is updated or not. So we will be checking its old value as well as new value, right? So first I'm going to apply for this insert operation. So how we can identify like it is, okay, I think video got freeze, so I'm just reinitializing it. I think now it will work fine. So basically, what we need to understand here, in the same code, we need to decide whether record is created or it is updated. So whenever record is created, so you already know in case of insert, we are passing second parameter as null. So it means if old map is null, then you are doing insert operation. So if ACC old map double equals to null, and so this is our one condition. This is our one condition. So I'm just enclosing it in parenthesis. So if old map is null, industry is not null, and industry is equals to media. So this is our first condition. Then or, and then inside bracket. So if old map is null, then this part will be checked. If old map is not null, if old map is not null, it means update operation is happening. So in that case, what you can do, you can write acc dot industry not equals to acc old map dot get, and you will be getting account ID, and through that you will be getting industry field. Right? So what is happening here? We are just checking whether industry field is being updated or not. Right? So if it is updated, then only rating should be hot, otherwise not. And here we need to check one more thing. So I'm just writing and acc dot industry equals to media. So this will be our condition. Right, so you can just implement this code in your system, and you can just test it and verify. Right, so this first piece is for insert and second piece is for update, and logic is same. Right, so this way I hope you understood how we can create one method for both before insert and after, sorry, before insert and before update. Right, let's see some questions. I can see few questions are there. Yes, Rituja, existing means old map ID. And Kumar is asking, same phone number updated means how will work? I didn't get your question. I didn't updated the same value. It was earlier null, and then I provided new value. It was already in edit mode, that's why you didn't recognize, but I updated from null to some value. So Ananta Reddy, what error you are getting if you use ACC old map? Maybe some syntax is not properly written, just check it. So Firas is asking, if I add a new required field as an admin via setup, do I need to update existing trigger or will trigger work fine without code update? So if you have created a required field and your trigger is creating a new record, in that case trigger will break. So you need to update your code. So Chandan, if we don't pass null, so we won't be able to call this method, because this method that we are calling, it expects two parameters. This method needs two parameters. So if you don't pass null, so that method won't match. So at least you need to pass two parameters. So JK is asking, do we really using trigger in the dynamic flow area? Yes, for complex implementation, we always prefer trigger. Thank you, being Morissa. So Ruchit, we use old. If we need old values list, we use old map. If we need that same list in form of map. So both will be having same data. Old and old map will be having same data, but old is a list and old map is a map. That is the only difference. And I think everybody knows the difference between list and map. Right, so moving ahead, now I'm going to implement one more scenario. So it is for after update, and this scenario I will be implementing with the help of map and parent to child. So those who are asking like how we can define map in trigger, so I'm going to implement this solution with the help of map. So the requirement says if account phone is updated, then populate phone number on all related contacts. Right, so if parent account record phone number is updated, so all the child contact phone should be same. So we can implement this solution with two ways, using map and using parent child SOQL. So first I will demo you how we can implement it through map, and then I will show you how we can implement the same concept using parent child SOQL. Okay, so I'm jumping here, and first of all I'm going to implement a method. So we need to update related contact, and here I'm going to have both. So we will be having list and we'll be having map, right? So I'm just saving this code so that I can call it. So now here I'm defining else if trigger dot is after, and here I'm writing account trigger handler dot and that method, and here we need to pass trigger dot new and trigger dot old map. Okay, so this way in after update I'm going to call it, and here I need to write after update. So always remember, whenever you are writing any method, you are calling any method in after update, so you need to write that event in the first line as well. Okay, so I hope everybody is good till here, and now here I need to define the logic. Okay, so basically on phone update we need to update the related context. So it means account phone will be updated from the UI, and all the contexts should be updated through the code, through the trigger. So here I'm going to first of all create a list of contact, because whatever contacts I will be updating, those I need to store somewhere. So I'm just creating a list of contact, right? And here I'm going to create a map as well. So map of ID comma account, and it will be account map, new map of ID comma account, right? So this way I just created a contact list and I created a account map, right? Now I'm going to iterate on the account list. So we have ACC list. So here also what you need to know, you need to understand whatever record we are updating, so that record is having two copies, one is new and one is old. So new copy is available in this ACC list and old is available in this ACC old map. So right now we are iterating on this ACC list, right? So one by one record will go to this ACC variable and then we need to apply the logic, right? So here what I need to check, I need to check whether account phone is updated or not. So I'm writing if acc.phone not equals to null and acc.phone not equals to, or maybe I think I can remove it, I can just check directly. So it should be acc old map dot get acc.id, and from here I'm getting phone. Right, so this way we are just comparing whether phone field is updated or not. If it is updated, if it is not equal, it means old and new values are different. So what we can do, we can just store that particular account whose phone is updated into the map. So we created this map. So in this map, I'm just putting all the values. So acc.id and acc, right? So this way you can write a comment as well, like this block will store some values in map where account phone is updated, right? And we are validating it through this if condition, and we are just modifying the map. Okay, so I hope this way you understood it clearly. Now what I need to do after this loop, I just need to query the context. Okay, so I'm going to query the contact, and SOQL I will be applying in the first line of the for loop. So here I'm writing select ID, and I will be updating home phone field of the contact, then account ID, from contact where account ID in. So what we are doing, we are trying to get all the contacts which are related to the account, and who, what account, which accounts, the accounts which are available in this map, right? Because we are just checking if this condition is true, it means for that particular account phone is updated and that account information is available in this map. So what I can do, I can write acc map dot key set. So all the keys will be available here, and through that all the contexts will be queried. So all the contexts will be queried where account ID is available in this maps keys, right? So this way I'm just getting all the contexts which are related to particular account record. Now here I just need to apply if condition. So what I'm going to do, I will be checking so here I am checking whether the contact will be having account ID populated if that account ID is available in this map. So what we need to do on that contact, we just need to populate home phone, and from where phone value will come. So it is available in the account map. So acc map dot get, then here we can pass con dot account ID and then dot phone. So this way here I am leveraging the map functionality. So through map, first of all I used key set so that I can fetch all the contexts. Then here I am getting the particular phone field through that map, and I am assigning it into the contact phone, home phone. And this contact I am going to add into con list. Right? Now after completion of this loop, I can write if con list is not empty, then I can write update con list. Right, so this way you can build your solution with the help of map. So now if you have any question, you can ask. Just place your question in the chat so that I can answer your question. So here I didn't use any parent to child SOQL, and nested loop is also not implemented because everything we are managing with the help of map. So let me just go to the question answers. So Rituja, yes, if you want to update existing record at that time, you need to use old map only. So Ruchit is asking 11th line. So in 11th line, yeah. So just read this comment. What is happening? I am just storing only those accounts where phone is updated. So through this if condition, I am checking whether phone field is updated or not. If phone field is updated, then only I am adding those records into map. So this map is different. Line number 6 map we are using at line number 11, and this map is different. It is ACC old map, and this is just a ACC map. So this is the basic difference. Yes, Sachin, you can use database class to perform DML operation. That you already know. Okay, so Vamshi is asking why we use map in row number 18. So basically, this loop we are iterating on contact. We don't have anywhere account phone number. So account information is available in this map that we created at line number 11. So through that map, we are actually getting the account phone. And how we will know like which account we need to fetch. So that account ID we are passing, that is populated on the contact. Right, so Nikhil is asking why we use key set. So key set basically gives you all the keys, those are available in the map. So basis on that, we are just querying all the related contacts. So Nagahari, before update and before insert. Before insert, I already explained yesterday. Before update, we are discussing right now, and if we combine them, so this way you need to implement. So first you need to check whether your old map is null and other conditions, and in OR part you can provide this comparison. So this way it is implemented. So the idea is if you combine both functionality before insert and before update together, so in that case, you just need to check whether insert operation is performing or update operation is performing. So Ravi, through SOQL, we cannot update any record. SOQL is basically used to query the records, not to update. Right, so now our requirement is we just need to modify this code so that we can implement parent-child SOQL. So in that case, you won't be using map, your code will be working with the help of parent-child SOQL. Okay, Sarla is asking, couldn't understand line number 11. So it is very simple, just read this. So what is happening, we are just checking at line number 10 if old phone or new phone is not equal. So we are just adding that particular account record into map. So it is very simple. So line number 16 is basically checking whether account ID that is populated on contact, that particular account is available in that map or not. Contains key means whether particular value is available, or whether particular key is available in the map or not. Sauji. So I think like people are not following. Sauji, have you gone through the map lesson, map session that I explained. So if you don't follow all the session, then there will be difficulty. So just follow all the session and don't join any random session. Otherwise, it will be very difficult for you to understand. So I already told you all the sessions are connected. If you miss any session, I can't help. So I am consistent, I am delivering content on regular basis. So it is your responsibility to learn it on regular basis. Otherwise, I can't help. So someone is asking what I am teaching. So I don't know the answer. I am teaching nothing. So Srivali is asking using set instead of map. So easy for me because I always. Yeah, so if you confuse, that doesn't mean you won't be using map. Where you need map, you need to use map. If you are getting confusion, do more practice of map instead of saying like I'm confusing. So just practice map. There are lots of scenarios available for map. So just practice and you will be able to understand. Yes, Jana, we can ignore line number 16 because we are already providing this key set here, but for safe side, I just applied that if condition. So, Soji, I just request please follow all the session. If you join random session, so I won't be able to help you much. So, Bindu is asking, we used update in this function, but previous for phone update you didn't call it. Why? What is, so that was before update. So I already told you in before update DML is not required. It this method we are calling in after update. So in after update DML is required. So Rituraj, so Rituraj, you are asking about this map. So I think you guys didn't, you are not following all the sessions. That is very sad. Like you are struggling in basic statement. So it is basic statement of map. So get is a method which get the values, and value for this map is account record, whole account record. So that account records phone field will be available with this statement. It is very simple. So in get method, we are just passing the account ID. So it will return the whole account record because its value is account record. And through that account record, we just need phone field. So this is mentioned here. And guys, this is humble request. If you follow all the session, then only attend this bootcamp because it is not for fun. It is not any comedy show. Like anytime you saw like a notification and you joined and you think you will be able to understand. So I'm not doing any comedy show. It is very like it is learning session. So if you are interested, you are welcome. If you are not interested, then there is no foundation. But mark my word, if you have custom coding knowledge, then only you can get a job in Salesforce ecosystem because there are very less jobs for admins. So do regular practice, try to implement complex scenarios, try to understand things. I'm explaining everything line by line. So watch the recordings, understand, implement the scenarios. So here also for this session, I created a exercise sheet. So I'm doing lots of efforts, but I don't know why people are not following it properly. So just follow it, do all the practice, self-practice exercise is also there. So when you will be implementing them, then only you will be able to understand. Otherwise, no one can help. Okay, so Girinath is having one question. So let me just share the Q&A screen. So Girinath is asking if we have 10 records in objects, 2 records are updated, how many records? So if you are updating 2 records, so those 2 records will be in trigger.new and the same 2 records will be in trigger.old. So Ravish Swarnkar is asking, my question is that if we use the parent-child SQL query and using for loop on contact and perform the update operation. Yeah, that I will be explaining after this. Yes, Sachin, this guy asked very good question, and as per the question, I am not able to provide any answer. So, map or parent child, which one is better? So, map is better because in parent child you will be using a additional loop. Okay, Rituraj, if you follow all the sessions, so do more practice. Nikhil is asking, is it necessary to write line number 22? So line number 22 is, yes, we need to check whether it is blank or not. If it is blank, you will encounter an error while updating the contact list. So just make it part of your best practice. So Veera, my suggestion will be, it is little bit confusing, but if you do practice, you will be able to understand. So coding is difficult, but through practice, you can make it simple. And here you can see lots of practice questions are available. So just go and practice so that you will be able to understand them. So now I'm going to modify this code using parent-child SOQL. So through parent-child SOQL, you won't require a map. So I will be doing little bit tweaks in this code. So I will be removing few lines and will be adding a few more. So here, first of all, I'm going to add a set of ID and naming it as ACC IDs. Right. So I just created a set. Then we already have a loop which we are iterating on ACC list. Here we have this condition where we are checking old and new values. So here instead of map, so we don't need map. So I'm commenting it, and this also I'm commenting, and I'm writing ACC IDs dot add ACC dot ID. So instead of map, I'm going to use set. Right. Now here I need to implement parent to child SOQL. So this code I am commenting, right? And here I am going to implement one more for loop. And this will be for account, and here I am going to write select ID phone So this is parent to child SOQL. So for account, we are getting ID phone. For contact, we are getting home phone. This is child relationship name. Then from account, where ID in ACC IDs. Right. So this is parent to child SOQL. We are querying accounts whose account ID is available in this ACC IDs. And this is a set we created above. Right, so wherever phone is updating, that account ID will be into this ACC IDs, and basis on that we are querying account records along with contacts. But now here we need to implement one more loop. So I need to apply first if condition if acc.contacts not equals to null. So if particular account is having some related contacts, so this contacts list won't be null. If it is not null, then I can write a loop contacts acc.contacts. Now here I am writing con.home phone equals to acc.phone. So ACC is actually having the account record information, and that account record phone we are going to populate on contact home phone. So here we have two loops, one for account and one for related contact. Now after this, I can just add the updated contact into this contact list, and rest of the code will remain same. Right, so this way you can just update your code through parent to child SOQL. Okay, so this way I hope you understood. And if we compare both, so map is always fine because in map you don't need multiple loops, nested loop. So your processing time will be less in case of map. Okay, so let me see if there are more questions. So Girinath, I already answered your question. If you have 10 records and you update 2 records, so 2 records will be in trigger.new and 2 records will be in trigger.old. The same 2 records which you updated. So in trigger.new it will be having with new values, in trigger.old it will be having with old values. Okay, line number 27. So line number 27 is for contact loop. So whenever you are querying account with related contexts, so this acc.context will give you all the contexts related to particular account. So one by one those contexts will go to this con variable, and then we are able to assign account phone into that contact home phone. This way it is working. Right, so this is all about today's session. So I just planned all these scenarios, and if you want to practice, so you can just go through on this practice sheet. Here 5 more use cases are available along with reference recordings. So just implement, and tomorrow we will be doing delete and undelete. And so if we see the session tracker, so tomorrow we will be doing this delete undelete part, and next week this will be completed, trigger portion, and after that week we will pick Apex test classes. Okay, so this is all about before update and after update. So do as much practice as you can, and please follow all the sessions if you want to understand it clearly. Thank you so much for joining today's session, and today I'm having little bit cold and cough, so I'm just wrapping it early. Okay, Jana is asking to show the code, so let me just show it one more time. Rajiv, we cannot use con list instead of acc.context because con list is blank above. Con list is blank. In con list, we are just adding the updated contact. The actual value of contact is available with this contacts list that is associated with that account. Okay, so this way this code is working. So just practice it so that you will be able to understand it more clearly. Okay, so thank you so much. We'll see you tomorrow with 3 more events: before delete, after delete, and after undelete. Thank you so much. Bye everyone. See you tomorrow.